Suppose I told you the things that you do in August, the months slightly prior to fall, can determine your fall garden. Yes, it does. Because think about it. Preparation, proper preparation leads to proper outcomes, okay? And in fall, people might think that when the time gets cool, because it's now cooler, oh yeah, we can start seeds. No, you've lost a lot of time, a lot of weeks that you may need to prepare. So I'm here to tell you today three things that you must do to ensure a bountiful fall garden and a bountiful fall harvest, okay? So whether you're gardening in a big acreage or a small area just like myself, you can be productive just the same, okay? Welcome back to Raised Beds to Freedom. Deb here. And if you're into saving money, growing produce, and building freedom, you're in the right place. So subscribe, it's free, okay? That's all I do every week, and I help gardeners just like myself produce more in small spaces, okay? So the first thing you must do is your soil. You need to build your soil, okay? Rebuild, nourish your soil. Think of it in this way. Of all the elements in your garden, your soil is the one that is the most overworked and underpaid. Yes, I said it. It's not you. Okay? So, because of that, you have to feed it. You have to nourish it, and you have to give it back, build back. And that comes in many ways. Whether it is mulch, compost, you're adding worms, you're adding companion plants, or you're releasing good bacteria, good insects like ladybugs into your space. That is a must because it helps, okay, with the soil and what you have to do to build it. Just remember all the other times of the year, winter, spring, summer, whatever it is, the soil has been working for you. So now you have to rebuild it. You may need to add more soil because sometimes your raised beds, the soil might fall flat. You know, it was a new raised bed and now the soil has settled. So you must replenish the soil, okay? You must add back nutrients to it. You must assess drainage. You must assess if the soil itself is compacted. All those things help to decide the produce that you get in fall. So remember, soil biology, that community beneath the ground is just as important as what you're seeing above. So it is important for you to build it because that is what will help you, okay? With that being said, tell me, what is the important thing for you in your area that you use to build your soil, you know, or something else that might be the most important thing for you? You know, we learn together, we are here growing together, and what is important to you might not be important to me, but myself or another viewer can learn for it. So let me know down in the comments, okay? So now, moving on to the next thing, start your seeds. Yes, you must start your seeds. Somebody might say, oh, wow, no, this is kind of early. But no, think of it this way. Some of the produce that you will have in fall, they need to be started now because they take weeks to grow and reach to the level for you to transplant them into your raised beds or your pots, ground, wherever you're planting. So with that being said, you need at least 4 to 5 weeks for those to grow, to mature to the level to transplant. So that is what we're working with. So just remember this, fall is not about you. It's not you being happy now that, yeah, the time is cool and it's much cooler so you can be outdoors. But when you're outdoors, what do you have to see out there? There's nothing for you to see if you didn't start those seeds 4 to 5 weeks earlier. So I'm here to tell you now, do just that. And with that being said, I got some seeds. I mean, I'm always on the hunt for a bargain, and I got these seeds, 50 packets of seeds. You can see them at BK Farms, 50 packets, and the thing was like $40 by the time tax was added onto it. I ordered it from Amazon, and it works out to like 80 cents per packet, but it has been a vast majority, and everything that I need to start now. Cabbage, you know, various variety of cabbage, lettuce, more lettuce. I have tomatoes. It is here. And of course I have seed packets from a Dollar Tree that I had before. Okay, so you need to start your seeds. Get them in those seeding trays, okay? And the other thing too is not just about starting seeds. Get the other seeds that are direct sow ready, okay? You're putting them in line because those are next. And this includes things like your carrots. You might have bush beans. You have turnips, you know, those kind of things. Have them ready because those are direct sow, even though they might not be ready to be planted now. I'm in Florida, zone 10A. And right now, for the month of August, direct sowing for something like carrots might not be ideal. I still have to wait because carrots prefer soil that is much cooler. And no, it is still kind of hot. August is the hottest month for where I am. So which brings me to the other point. Your zone, your USDA zone. Yes, I did a video on that as well. Check it out. But figure out what USDA zone you are. Google it, type in your address, do whatever, and it will pop up. And once you know how to function in terms of seeds, because that impacts what you plant. Because like for me, certain things I can't direct sow now, but somebody way up north, it might be an ideal time. So if you know your zone and you know the weather, you're feeling the feeling, okay? That is what helps as well. You feel the feeling, so you know what's up. So that will help you, and that is a very good guide. And I want you to tell me, what zone are you planting in? Where are you? Where are you watching from? And even if you're not in the US, tell me what part of the hemisphere, the universe you are in. I would like to know, because it is always interesting for me, especially on this side of the world, for like viewers in Australia, where now they're getting ready for summer, their hot times and whatever, and the things that they are doing. It is always so interesting. So let me know, let us engage, okay? So this is me, Deb here, and I enjoy good company. So come along, stay with me. There is a pointer at the end of this video that you may not want to miss. It relates to the biggest mistake that will affect your fall garden, or if you do eventually end up with one. The third point, the third and last point I'm going to make, it relates to pests. People think that, gardeners think that, oh yeah, it's getting cooler now. That doesn't mean that pests aren't out there, The pests are there. One thing you need to know, pests are opportunistic. And like for me in August in Florida, the heat is at its highest, the humidity is at its highest, you understand? The rainfall is sporadic. So it is really testing these plants. That is what pests loves, because pests attack plants when they're at their weakest, okay? When they're being stressed the most, because that means they can grow, they can flourish. Things like aphids, caterpillars, hornworms, armyworms, all of that, white flies, they can take over and eat your produce long before you get to do so, okay? So pay attention. So one thing that you must do, just as though you would come out in the mornings, I do when I can, you come, you look in the evenings, inspect the leaves, and not just the top, the bottom, inspect underneath. You need to see what is happening underneath, because these pests are smart as well. Just as much as you will see evidence above, you will see below, okay? So look at that. Practice certain habits. You can pluck, you can remove. Once you see them on site, put them elsewhere, away from your garden. You can do that. You can release natural things such as ladybugs that are good bugs that you want, you understand, and they can fight for you. And just as I said earlier, companion plants, they fight just as much. Check out my companion video, my pest video, natural pest video, because those plants that I mentioned are very good, and now is the time that you really need them to work for you. The biggest mistake for your fall garden is delaying. That is delaying. The longer you take to start your seeds is the longer for you to have produce, okay? So don't think that you have all the time. The time that you have now is the time you need. Those 4 to 5 weeks are vital, and you need to jump on it. So come along with me. We're starting now, and we're starting together, so that 4 to 5 weeks time, we can have plans to put in the ground together, okay? So just to recap my 3 points, okay, of things that you must do now to ensure the best fall garden ever, okay? Revitalize your soil, okay? Start your seeds and pay attention to pests. That is one that you should not look down on. The pests are coming, and they are coming better, because this time of year, they know your garden is going to come back real good, okay? So that is it from me, Deb, 2 raised beds to freedom here. So if you like this, if this helps someone, subscribe, come along. We are now on the road to 3,000 gardeners. That's the road we're on now, and I know we're going to get there. So stick around until the next one. Stay tuned. Signing out. Bye.